Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter and welcome to a short little New Year's Eve sort of vlog. So today is the 30th of December, it is Friday. I am finished work for the day and I took a half day today because I had a half day left of vacation to use this year. So I thought, what better time than the very last work day of the year? So first off, my husband and I are not going away this weekend, if you could not tell. We made the decision earlier this week that both of us are still sick. Both of us still have these coughs. And we looked at the amount of money it was going to cost us to go away. And while we had the money and we didn't mind spending it, the fact that we were both still not feeling well and being either crammed on a train with a bunch of other people, crammed in an arena for a hockey game, staying at a hotel where we're not in our own beds, it's just like, we'd rather do all this while we're feeling better. So that's what we're going to do. So we did cancel our trip. We canceled the hotel back on Tuesday. So we were able to cancel with no charge. It was a free cancellation. We had not booked the train yet, which was great. Now I know, because in retrospect, I thought, oh, I'll wait and we'll book the train just before we're ready to go. The problem is that a lot of the more affordable seats tend to get sold out very quickly. So no lie, you guys, it was going to cost us over $600 just to take the train to Ottawa, from Toronto to Ottawa, which for those of you who don't know is like about a 5-hour, you could drive it by car in about 4 hours each way. It would have been a lovely trip, but because all the more affordable or economy seats were already taken, it was a lot more pricey. So now in retrospect, we know if we're going to do that, you book it really early so you can get the good seats, the more affordable seats, and it costs a little bit less. That was round trip to boot, but still. And then on top of that, the hotel was probably going to be another $400 because, we wanted to stay in a nice place. And then the tickets for the game. The tickets for the game is the only thing that we actually paid for. Garrett does have them up on to resell through Ticketmaster, but whether they sell or not, we're at the $100. I'd rather be out just that $100 than be out like $1,000 if we go and we don't have fun, and God forbid if we get sick again. Again, in a crowded train, in a crowded arena, all those things, right? So anyway, that's that. And so we're home for the weekend. So I am going to vlog today and tomorrow. And then I am going to restart a brand new weekly reading vlog on Sunday on January the 1st. So I thought I would update you guys right now about what I had been reading, and along with a purchase that I made that I'm still on the fence about a little bit. So we'll start there. So those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I spent some Christmas money and I bought myself the Kobo Sage, which I absolutely did not need. I had absolutely no reason to purchase this device. It is the largest Kobo to my understanding. It's comparable to, I believe, the Kindle Scribe, which is the new one. So this one, not only do you have to buy the device, but it doesn't come with the stylus. The stylus is another $60, you guys. And I'm just like, no, I didn't realize that literally until after I bought it. I thought it came with it. So I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't do a little bit more research on it. Like I said, I'm still on the fence. I have read one book off of this so far, and I do like the size of it. The thing is that it is bulky. This is not a device that I would take back and forth to work. Like if I was taking, my Kobo to work to read. So I still have the receipt for it. I've used it to read a book, like I have been using it fair, but I don't know whether I don't think I can return it to Chapters. So Chapters Indigo. So in worst case scenario, I might throw it up on the Facebook Marketplace or on Kijiji and see if I can cop back some of the money that I got for it. It's still it's a brand new device. I mean, it's literally new out of box. I've used it to read one novella. So, I like it. I just don't know if I love it. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed, because I think that this is a great device for somebody who does a lot of note taking and who does a lot of, like annotations in books, and that's not me. And the fact that you've got to buy like this specific stylus to go with it for another $60 is just a little bit ludicrous. I did buy the case for it, and I'm really disappointed in the case too. So let me show you guys. Like all in all, I'm just here to complain about this because at the price point it's at, I just don't think you're getting the bang for your buck, because this little device here, my little Kobo E2, my new E2 that I just bought not that long ago. Oops, come on. I love this thing. I absolutely love this thing. It's exactly the same thing. It's just this is just bigger. Like, the screen size is the same as the whole device, essentially, right? So my biggest complaint here, so the case I had to buy separately. I'm not going to tell you how much that cost, because that was also like a ludicrous amount of money. And I thought that, okay, I'll buy the proper one that goes with it, instead of, because all the other cases that I've ever bought are like these off-brand, like it's not the Kobo brand or the Kindle brand or whatever. It's just these like kind of off-brand ones, which have been fine. So the biggest issue, I'm just going to go on a little rant here now, guys. This will teach you. Learn from my mistakes. So the biggest issue that I have with this is the battery life. It's crap. It's absolute crap. You've actually got to turn the device off in full. Like this isn't even sleeping. This device is off in order to preserve the battery life. If you just put it to sleep, like the first day I had it, I charged it to full because it was dead when I took it out of the box. Charged it to full, and I had it sitting on the bed beside me for a good 2 or 3 hours, or maybe a little bit longer, maybe 4 hours. It was sitting up on the bed. Garrett and I went out, we did a few things, and then I came back up to our room, and I was like, oh, I was going to sit down and do some reading. And it had been like 4 hours since I had charged it. It was unplugged from the charger, and it was on sleep mode. Guys, I went to go read it. The battery was dead. After 4 hours on sleep mode, the battery was dead. So I don't know whether it's an issue with being a new device, but now I found that I have to turn it off, like physically off, in order to preserve the battery. So the off and on button is on the back, which I do like, which is the same thing with the Clara. The batteries, or the off and on button is on the back, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Here's my issue with the case. So I really do like the case in one aspect. So this is the Kobo brand case that goes with it. And what I do like about it is that it literally just magnetizes in, which I think is fantastic. And the case itself is really nice. Don't get me wrong. It's a really nice case. It does have the sleep cover where you're supposed to be able to open it and then it wakes up. But because I have to leave the device off in order to preserve the battery, maybe I just got a lemon. Let me know, for those of you who might have this device, do you have the same problem with the battery drainage? So anyway, right, it's supposed to do that. Here's my issue with it. I just showed you guys where the off and on switch is. How do I turn it off and on? How? There's no way to press that button. I physically have to pop this thing off, turn it on to read it, and then if I want to put it back in the case, I can pop it back in the case. So, like I said, not sold on this at all. And at the price point I paid for it, I am really disappointed. I should have thought about it a little bit longer. I was being a little bit impulsive. I really wanted to treat myself. I really like the looks of it. I like the size of it. I thought it would be great, to have a slightly bigger tablet to read off of. But I realized that this is just as good, and I can just make the print bigger on this. You know what I mean? So I'm going to see if I can return it to Chapters Indigo. And if I can't, then I am going to try and sell it on Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So yeah, anyway, that is that. That is my purchase. Don't do what I did. Think about it before you buy something. So I will update you guys, because as soon as I'm done work, as soon as I'm done filming this, I'm going to completely, take that back to factory settings and put it back in the case and all the stuff that I bought it from, and take it back and see whether or not I can return it to Chapters Indigo. So anyway, that's my game plan. So the other thing, I wanted to update you guys on my reading. So I did finish a book since the last time I talked to you, which was probably, I think, on Christmas Day. And I finished reading her First Christmas Cowboy, I think it was called. I'll pop the cover of it up here. It's by Maisie Yates. It is book 0.5 in the Four Corners Ranch. And I liked it. It was fun. It was fine. It was a novella. They're hard to judge. I gave it 3 stars. This one would have really benefited more from being a full-length novel. Both of our main characters, Tala and I can't remember his name. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Both of our main characters had quite interesting backstories. Like, she was raised by a single mom, her and her sisters. Her mother, it sounded like they lived off grid, that they were like homeschooled up until a certain point. Then she went to school and she had this teacher who really, influenced her and all these great things. And then, so that was fine. And then she wanted to be a teacher, and she's now living at this Four Corners ranch, being the teacher for this one-room schoolhouse. And the male lead, he had a really bad childhood. His father was an ex-con, his brother's an ex-con, or a con man, or a thief, or whatever you want to call them. And his brother's after him, and he shoots him, and then literally he falls through our female lead's front door, and then she kind of nurses him back to health. And, relationship, Maisie Yates, it gets spicy. It was fun, but because of their backstories being as intricate as they were, I really felt like this could have been a great, this book could have been longer, like a full-length novel, and would have worked just as well. So that's why I gave it 3 stars. So the other thing right now, I am currently reading on my Kindle. Sorry about that. So currently on my Kindle, I am reading Valleys, Vehicles, and Victims by Tanya Kappas, which is the 9th book in the Campers and Criminals Cozy Mystery series. These are shorter books. They're right around 200 pages. I like them quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, this is just a short, quick read. The thing about cozy mysteries that I'm finding, the more and more that I'm reading them, is that they are very difficult to distinguish one book from the other. You're getting the same characters in every book. You're getting the same location. It just, there's a different mystery. And it's hard to remember from book to book what each book, like if you said to me, oh, this is the situation, what book did this happen in? I can remember the fact that I read the story, and I can remember the fact that it was a Campers and Criminals story, but I can't remember what book it took place in, if that makes sense. So they kind of all blend together, but I do enjoy them. I did listen to this quite a bit last night on audio because I was doing reading sprints, and I wanted to get some cross-stitch done. So I did listen to this a bit on audio, but now I'm back to reading it on my Kindle, and I am enjoying it. So this, when I get this done, which I'm hoping is today or early tomorrow, will put me at 219 books for the year. So I do want to get 220 books finished if I possibly can. And the final book that I'm going to try and read for the year will be The Cowboy She Loves to Hate by Maisie Yates, which is book 0.6 in the Four Corners Ranch series. So I read 0.5. This is 0.6. Then there's a 0.7. And then there's book number 1. If I can get this one done, it's only like 50 pages. I might go ahead and try and get book 0.7 done as well. And then maybe later in January or February, move on to the first book in this series, because it's been a while since I've read a Maisie Yates, really enjoyed a Maisie Yates book, and I forgot how much I love her stuff, so yay. So anyway, guys, like I said, I have to head off to Walmart as well because I need to pick up my medication, but I'm going to go do that. I'm going to try and return this. I will keep you guys updated, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys then. Take care, everybody. Bye. Hi, friends. It's about an hour since I last talked to you, and I am sitting in the Walmart parking lot. I just got here. And I thought I would give you an update. I returned the Kobo Sage. So I had put everything together after the last time I talked to you guys, and I went over to Chapters Indigo, and got in line, and it was it took less than 2 minutes for me to return it. Literally, I bought it a week ago, and I had it still in the original packaging, reset to factory settings. I had the cord that, it comes with, the instructions. Nothing was wrecked or anything like that. I had the receipt. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the introvert in me, but the thought of having to do something like that makes me very, very anxious. And I was happy that it was so quick and easy to get done. So I got my money back for it. So I'm happy about that. It'll go back on the credit card. It'll probably take 5 business days or so for that to happen. Not totally worried about it. It is what it is. But I am just super happy that I did that. It was an impulse purchase, one that I shouldn't have made, in retrospect, but I'm just happy I got my money back for it. I'm happy that I kind of realized it right away, within the first 24 hours, that this device wasn't for me. And I kept playing with it. I kept using it a bit just to see, and I like the size of it, but it's just, for what I wanted it for, it just wasn't worth it. I am not someone who annotates. I'm not someone who does anything like that, So anyway, I'm at Walmart. You can see the highway is behind me. It's moving pretty good, but traffic was I had to come out to Scarborough. So I live in Ajax, but I had to come almost into the city to pick up my pills because, unfortunately, this is where they are, because we used to live in this area. So I should get them transferred to another Walmart, but I hear that's a pain. And again, that whole introvert thing of me having to, actually talk to someone to get that done makes me very anxious. So I think next time I renew my meds, I'm just going to have them give me like a physical prescription, and then I can take it to the Walmart closer to the house. But it's fine. I do like this Walmart because it does have a pretty big book section. So I'm going to go in and do that. And yeah, that's about it. So I will check in with you guys in a bit. Bye, guys. It's a lazy Friday night here. We have a sleepy Presley, and a sleepy Bernard. Beans. Hello. Don't bother me, he says. Hey, Press. Oh, you're a good boy. Hi, friends. It is Friday evening, and this is the last clip of the day. Just to share with you that I did finish Valleys, Vehicles, and Victims, I think, by Tony Kappas, the 9th book in the Campers and Criminals Cozy Mystery series. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was interesting. It was about a wedding party that comes up to stay at the campground, and the father of the bride is murdered. He had a past with the woman who runs the local coffee shop in the town of Normal, Kentucky. So yeah, I mean, like I said, these are really quick, easy reads. They're not a lot to think about, to be completely honest. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a fun read. I actually ended up listening to the rest of it when I was doing my running around earlier, when I went to Chapters and then when I went to Walmart. So yeah, 3.5 stars, another book done. But I said my goal was 220. I actually don't think I've read 220 books. I am putting all my books, like I had removed all of my books off of Goodreads. I took it down to like 0. 0 read, 0 owned, and I'm redoing it. Excuse me. Because a lot of it was not accurate, and I just wanted a nice clean start for 2023. But I am re-adding my books back in since 2016. But I think I miscounted all my 2022 reads. And I know I passed my goal, so that's fine. But I think I might be at like 215 books. I might be off by about 5 books. I'm not absolutely certain, but I am going to try and read one more before the end of the year. It's a novella. It's the one I talked about very recently, just in an earlier clip. The Cowboy She Loves to Hate by Maisie Yates. So my goal is to get this one done by tomorrow night. So we shall see how much of this I get read tonight and tomorrow. If I get if I can get through this by like tomorrow at noon, I might just go ahead and read book 0.7 in the series and get that done as well. So wherever I end up with my reading goal is where I end up. I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, I'm about to start coughing again. So I will let you guys go, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Hi, friends. Happy Saturday. Today is the 31st of December. Happy last day of the year. Happy New Year's Eve. Yeah, it's been a day. So it is after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I have not checked in until now. I have not gotten any reading done until now. Not today anyway. I'm about 60% of the way through that The Cowboy She Loves to Hate by Maisie Yates. I will finish that shortly. I'm going to be jumping into some reading sprints over on Tiffany's channel. So I'm looking forward to getting some of that read. But the reason I'm sitting down, guys, is because I have a book haul. My final book haul of 2022. And after this, I probably will not be buying any books until I at least finish the 100 book challenge. I know a lot of you have commented about who's going to rescue the books from the thrift store, but somebody else will. It doesn't have to be me. I really, really do need to participate in this challenge and get books read and get my shelves organized more than anything else. It's going to give me the time to get those shelves organized so I can see what I have, what I want, what I need, excuse me, things like that. But over the last few days, I've bought 20 books. So let me show them to you guys. The biggest group of them is in this big bag. Sorry, it's shaking the table. Those I just picked up, and guys, this was the find. This was the find. I was so excited. So anyway, first of all, yesterday when I went to Walmart, I did look at the book section, and I didn't show you guys what I bought. These are both on sale. So I got, I think this is the newest Crew of Hunters, but I'm not absolutely certain. But it is Sound of Darkness by Heather Graham. It is one of the Crew of Hunters books. I do like these floppier mass market paperbacks. I've shown these before. I like the size of them. So yeah, so I picked this one up, and I am looking forward to eventually getting to it. And I also got The Witches of Moonshine Manor because I think this was 40% off. So I decided to pick this one up as well. These big bags in my way. But yeah, I am very, very excited about this. I did have this one from NetGalley, but because I deleted NetGalley, I no longer have the eARC copy. So I bought a copy supporting the author, and I am very excited about it. It's by Bianca Marais. Marais. M-A-R-A-I-S. Maybe it's Marais. I don't know. I want to say Maris because I'm thinking of Maris from Frasier. Why were we taught to fear witches and not the men who burned them? So, sounds good. This one is A Coven of Modern Day Witches, a magical heist gone wrong, a looming threat. So I am looking forward to getting to this one at some point. It's got the French flaps and the deckled edges. It's really, really pretty edition. So yay on that one. So now let me get into, you know what? Hold on. So today I did go over to Value Village, which is this big bag right here. But then I also went over to Chapters Indigo afterward. And as you guys know, I did return that device yesterday. So the money that I'm spending here, the money that I spent, is part of my Christmas money. Because I returned that, it's something that I bought with my Christmas money. So this is what I bought instead. And I am so much happier with having the money to pick up some books than I was with that device. So again, it was an impulse purchase. Glad I returned it. So there's the bag from Chapters. So I'll show you guys the books that I picked up. 3 very different books, by the way. The lady at the cash, she says to me, "Do you need a gift receipt?" I said, "No, these are all for me." She says, "Oh," she says, "you have some interesting reading taste." I said, "I will read pretty much anything." So the first one I got here is Kit McBride Gets a Wife by Amy Berry. I've seen this one around. I'm pretty sure it is a historical, but I'm not absolutely certain. But it looks super, super cute. So it says, the 4 McBride brothers have their world turned upside down when their precocious younger sister secretly places an advertisement for a mail order bride. Again, I'm assuming it's historical, but I'm not absolutely certain. I don't know a ton about it. Yeah, 1886. So it is. It takes place in Montana. But it says, a sweet, laugh-out-loud romantic comedy set in the wilds of Montana. This charming romance is guaranteed a place on your keeper shelf. That's from Elizabeth Everett. So yeah, this one sounds really cute. I decided to go ahead and pick it up. The next one I got was on the, actually I've heard a lot of people on BookTube mention it, but mostly my niece. She read this one. She loves the series, and she was just talking, they were over today, and she was talking about it again, and I thought, okay, it's a YA novel, but you guys know me, I'm happy to read a YA, middle grade, I don't care. And I know a lot of you have heard about this one, and it's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. So I did pick this one up. This is the story of an investigation turned obsession. So I don't know anything about this one other than Katie loved it. So, and a lot of other people on BookTube have really liked it. So I'm looking forward to it. This one might be for March Mystery Madness, perhaps. And last but not least, this is another one that I had from NetGalley that I was super excited about getting to, and I hadn't yet. And I bought a copy of it because I thought, why not? This is really outside of my comfort zone of what I would normally read, but it's The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. So this is a thriller horror novel, I think. It says, monsters are scary, monsters are real. Beware of monsters, especially those around us. And it's a dual timeline book taking place in 1978 and 2019. So yeah, again, French flaps, deckled edges. It looked really good when I requested it on NetGalley, and I'm disappointed I didn't get a chance to get to it. So I am interested in reading it now. I don't want to know too much about this. I'd rather go into this one blind. I have heard good things about it. I've heard good things from this author. Like, a lot of people seem to really like this author, so I'm glad I picked it up. So let's get into the bag of goodies, guys, because this was the find of the day. So, all of the books that I'm about to show you came to a grand total of $21. I got 15 books plus this bag for $21.59 to be exact. This was a good find. So I wandered over to the romance section, and I spied these on the shelf, and I started grabbing at them. There were 16 of them in total. I only grabbed 15. The reason I didn't grab the 16th book is because I believe I have it as a regular edition on my shelf. So I thought there's no point in me having 2 editions. So as I'm grabbing them, this lady comes up to me. And I know there's a few of you who watch this channel who are resellers of books. This is not a slight against you, but she's like, "Are those worth money?" And I said, "No, I just want them." "Are you sure? Because if they're worth money, I should have grabbed them." Thinking, sorry, there are certain resellers that I really like who will just like look for stuff, and if they see it, great. But others that are like, I've seen them go through our stores, our thrift stores, like with these scanners, and they're literally scanning every single book, seeing what's worth money. That drives me bonkers. You know, the other resellers that, you know, buy a bunch of stuff like a book bag for $5 at your local, library sale, and then you see if you can resell them. That is, you know, whatever, that's fine. But it's those who like are, do you know what I mean? I don't know. And I find that some of those resellers, like the ones that are like being very weird about it, aren't even really readers. They're just doing it to make money. Does that make sense? Anyway, so what I found were 15 love-inspired suspense novels, the true large print size. So they are the true large print size, which I love. I have a couple of these in my collection. So here's why they were the find of the day, for a couple reasons. One, these are very difficult to come by. You don't see these very often. You can only order these, from my understanding, from harlequin.com, from the Harlequin website itself. They also retail for $16 a piece. So again, I got 15 books plus the bag for $21.59. So essentially, I bought the bag and a book, and I got 14 books for free, because they had these on sale, or on thing, for $1.49 each. I paid $1.50 for these each, you guys, and I got 15 of them. I am so excited. So I will go through each of them for you and just show them to you. So I got Christmas Hostage by Sharon Dunn. This one is from October of 2022. So my assumption is that somebody gets these and they just send them to the thrift store, and I'm like, I will take them. I got Rescue Mission by Lynette Eason. This is part of the Rocky Mountain Canine Unit series. These have been read. Like, they're not in great they're not in the best condition. This is from November of 2022, but I don't care. They're going to go on my shelf. So, and eventually I'm going to read them. But yeah, they look really, really good. I might have to pick one like second week of January to read, which is what's kind of fun. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll read one of these like next week or something, right? And I'm like, oh, but my TBR, but I'm like, but wait, I'm doing weekly TBRs. And I love that it's not like a fact like, oh, okay, maybe I'll put this one to read in March or April. It's like, oh, I can read this one next week if I want to. Just put it on my TBR. So we have Explosive Revenge by Maggie K. Black, which is another one of the Rocky Mountain Canine Unit series. I'll have to see, this is October of 22 as well. I'll have to see what order these go in and see if one of them is the first in the series. As you guys know, it really doesn't matter to me, but whatever. Then I'm just reaching in and grabbing these at random. Sabotaged Mission by Tina Radcliffe. Again, these are all love-inspired suspense, which are the faith-based books. This one was from August of 22. And then we have Delayed Justice by Shirley McCoy. This is part of the True Blue Canine Unit series, Brooklyn. So these are police dogs. This is from November of 2020. So there's that one. And then we have, oh, this one got a little bent. We have Cavern Cover Up by Katie Lee from August of 2022. Really cool cover on that one. Then we have Forced to Flee by Terry Reid from October of 2022. We have, Blown cover by Jody Bailey from November of 2022. I have to wonder if the person who gets these gets all of them every month. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Tracking a Killer by Elizabeth Goddard. Again, part of the Rocky Mountain Canine Unit series. This one's from September. So I have September's, October, and November's. So again, I don't know which is the first in the series. Detection Detail by Terry Reid came out in April. So I don't think it's part of this, but yeah. But there we go. I love these, the dog ones. They're so cute. And then we have Texas Buried Secrets by Virginia Vaughn. What's that one? Creepy, creepy cover. A grave is being dug, it looks like. Then we have Defending from Danger by Jody Bailey, another one in the Rocky Mountain Canine Unit series from August of 2022. Lots. Looks like a dog and some wolves on the cover of that one. And then we have Hiding in Plain Sight by Laura Scott. This is a Amish one. That'll be good for Amish in April, I think. I might save it for that. Might be good. I find these true large prints I can read relatively quickly, maybe because of the large print nature of them. I don't know. We have Fugitive Ambush by Jenna Knight from September of 2022. Just a couple more, you guys. And then we have Rocky Mountain Vendetta by Jane M. Choate, I believe is how you say her name. September of 2022. Very wintry, creepy cover. And last but not least, another Amish book. We have In a Sniper's Crosshair by Debbie Gutsy. There's that one. Very, very creepy. So guys, that was the find of the day. 15 books, $1.50 a piece, plus the bag, $21. Thank you very much. So yeah, so I am seriously, seriously happy with all of these. I am really thrilled that I have them. And yeah, so that's it for right now, you guys. I will check in again later on, maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock. Maybe, I don't know if it'll be my last clip of the day, but part of me wants to see whether or not I can start and finish one of these before midnight, but I'm not going to chance it. I'm not going to try it. I'll save these for like next week or the week after's TBR. But anyway, plans for this evening. I don't know what Garrett and I are doing per se. I know he's watching hockey right now. I'm going to jump into that live show. And we did order Chinese for dinner. We already ordered it. We ordered it early for delivery around like 8:30 tonight. So that'll be perfect. That's generally about the time that we eat. We tend to eat later because I work the later shift. So we don't really change our eating habits on the weekends. And yeah, so we've got that for dinner tonight. We always do Chinese on New Year's Eve. Last year we had a big fiasco where they said it was going to be ready and it was almost 2 hours later before we actually got our dinner. So that was really disappointing. So that's why we ordered early. Like we ordered before the store even opened today. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And, but I'm just rambling right now, you guys. I will check in again, probably at some point before midnight, let you know how I finish with my reading. And, I'll check in with you guys then. Bye guys. Hi friends, it is about 7:30 at night on New Year's Eve, and I'm going to call this as the last clip of the vlog because I just finished reading my last book of the year. So I thought I had miscounted. I thought that this book would put me at 220 books for the year, but it put me at 218. Perfectly fine with that, absolutely happy with it. So I finished The Cowboy She Loves to Hate by Maisie Yates. I gave this 3 stars as well. This is book 0.6 in the Four Corners Ranch series. It was fine. 3 stars. Again, same thing I said about the last novella. These are not my favorites because you're trying to cram too much of a story into a very, very short book. This one was pretty much adult content from start to finish. I did like the main characters, but again, they both had like these really extreme backstories that I felt could have benefited from a longer book. So that's pretty much my thoughts on that. But anyway, guys, I'm just waiting for dinner. Garrett and I ordered Chinese food a lot earlier, and it should be here in about a half an hour. But I'm going to get this vlog edited, and then I think I'm going to relax for the rest of the night And a new vlog will be starting tomorrow. So stay tuned for that coming next Sunday. But there will be videos during the week. I'm going to be doing a video I have a special video coming on Monday. Sorry guys, I don't think I'm going to make it to midnight, which is part of the reason I'm ending the vlog now. I have a special video coming on Monday. And then on Wednesday, sorry. And then on Wednesday, I will be talking about revamping my Read What You Own 100 book challenge and my new rules that I have for that, if you will. And then on Friday, of course, will be my weekly TBR for next week or the week after. And then I will be doing my Saturday chat video as well. And I have a really fun topic that I think everyone will want to join in on the discussion for this one. So anyway, that's what's coming up on the channel in the next week. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye. Oh, and Happy New Year. I hope you all have a safe, happy, and a healthy New Year. And I'll see you in 2023. Bye, everybody.